Perfect. Watch your ears.
I enjoy watching them because it makes me horny.
Oh,
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, let's go into Alice's adventures. Embark on a wonderfully wonky journey through Wonderland, cleaning up after all the messes Alice made along the way. Excellent. Let's see. Start on a wonderfully... Oh, I already did that. I already did that one. We're going to start with the first mission, which is the Wonderland Entrance Hall. How are you feeling, Oid? How was your Thursday? Was it everything you were hoping it would be? How was your summer? How's your wife? Aha! 1 second. Well, God damn it. Let me fix something real quick. That's going to bug me. I need to fix something with my face. Something about my face is broken. Why is this even a thing? Get out of here. There we go. Okay, it's fixed. It's fixed. Hi, what's up? Hi, Sprawl. It existed. Power wash your butt. We're not going to power wash a butt. We're going to do Alice in Wonderland. Hold on, I'm on the wrong screen there. There we go. I'm not doing a White Rabbit voice. Aha! The fix-it with the portable spittle gun. Ew. And not a moment too soon. Hurry, hurry! An awful child, of that there can be no doubt, has besieged us. Not only did she eat and drink that which wasn't hers, but she then cried herself a river, which to make her escape. She has besmirched both the reputation of wonderful children the world over, and the walls of our once great hall. I'm already far too late to explain it much more, but we would very much appreciate you getting to it. The sooner you can be done, the sooner we can all forget it ever happened in the first place. Hoo-hoo! The Mad Hatter seems like someone who would appreciate a power enema. This is the White Rabbit, apparently. This is the White Rabbit. Hello, kitty! What's going on? Are you ready to do the Wonderland entrance hall? Let's go to Wonderland. Kitty has a much deeper affection for Alice in Wonderland. How's that game sound? I'm gonna turn that. Ow, that's really loud. There we go. It doesn't need to be all that loud. Okay, so there is an achievement if we want to try and escape. If we want to escape the level going up the ladder. There we go. I did it. I did it. I wasn't able to do it. Slot machine. Why didn't slot machine work? There you go. Is a slot machine going to work for anybody else, or am I going to have to do that every time? How about you? Are you going to work?
Error.
Error! Really? Oh, we're not going to play that game. You're not a sub anymore, Sprawl. I'm going to reset Touch Portal. Okay. While that's resetting, things might be broken. So hold on tight. I might need to restart the stuff, and then it will work. Power wash. Sorry, everything's broken tonight. What else is new? There we go. Okay. Are things? I know the White Rabbit is saying stuff in the background, but I can't be asked to read it right now. Read behind me. There you go. Slot machine should be working now. Sorry about that. It was working before stream, so I can't tell you why it's not working anymore. What did the White Rabbit do down here? That's a good question. Welcome to our great hall. I hope we can trust you to behave
Death to all. Especially Jerry over there. Jerry knows what he did.
Did Jerry die in Wonderland? How many people do you think died in Wonderland? I hope we can trust you to behave more reasonably than that child, Alice. A more awful creature you couldn't hope to find without adding whiskers, sharp claws, and calling it a... No, I can't even say it. He's blaming it on Alice. Well, what did, that's a very good question from Sprawl. What exactly happened in here? Why is it so absolutely filthy? It feels like, and we had the same issue with the Final Fantasy VII bar. Like, I understand it for a gameplay reason, that they need to have like a lot of stuff to clean, a lot of detritus to clean on the walls. Jabberwocky exploded. He went on a Long Island bender. Feel like a better Alice level would be Mad Hatter and the What's His Name level. They made big levels. Well, there's like 5 maps, Sprawl. There's more than one map. If I paid $8 for one map, I would be not happy. Why do you think he was running late at this part of the story? I mean, I'm still... this must be a gameplay reason, because the amount of filth that they are able to accumulate on the wall is absolutely wild. It's like, come on. How can you blame Alice? What do you think she did? Do you think she came in here and smeared a bunch of dirt on the walls, like a bunch of dirt and detritus and shite, and she just took it out like and just started smearing it into the ceiling? Which reminds you of the abandoned Wizard of Oz theme park. It does. The effects, it reminds me of an abandoned theme park, yeah, out in the middle of the woods. Agreed. My sump pump. I wasn't clear on what's... I was reading something very different out of sump pump. It's a fun thing to say. Sump. Let's get the whole ceiling done, because doing the ceiling is a little disorienting, and I kind of want to get that out of the way now. What are your guys' opinions on Alice in Wonderland? How do you feel about the Alice in Wonderland movie or books? And I don't really want to talk about Lewis Carroll being a horrendous pedophile. We can if you want, I guess, but we could sort of, you know, death of the author on this one. It's like, you know, we know he's a bad guy. A lot of people are bad guys. We still want to play the Alice in Wonderland map. The Exorcist kid. just vomit all over the walls. I still haven't seen The Exorcist. Saw some interesting porn of the Cheshire Cat. I don't need details. Daughter says hi. I really don't need details now. You bought the books on your phone but haven't read them yet. Aren't they free? Can't you go to like Gutenberg.org and like download them? I'm not, you know, they're probably in like a good, nice quality or whatnot, but you never actually watched any movies? You haven't seen the Alice in Wonderland animated movie? The mouse is talking, but hold on, I'm actually gonna move my chat because right now it's covering up the chat of the game. Although now it's way too far away. I'm gonna put you. I'm good at video games. Anyone have I ever mentioned how good I am about video games? There it is. Sorry. I lied. I'm not good at this. You know what? Fine. It's just going to be there. It's just going to be there. It's just going to be on that side of the screen. So to your knowledge, Alice came from... Most of your knowledge from Alice came from the Kingdom Hearts level. Oh, well, that's not a great level. You prefer the versions where her dissociative world due to the neglect and abuse she's suffering in the real world. You mean like the Alice Madness series? You never seen the Little Mermaid Disney movie? There's so many good Disney, and I don't mean to sound like a Disney show, and I don't want to come off as a, why is that on the screen? And I don't want to come off as a Disney simp, yeah, that. But there's so many good Disney movies. Tell me that there aren't good Disney movies with a straight face, Sprawl. Tell me that the majority of my decisions on the Disney animated classics tier list were not correct. Your love started with the book. Kitty read the books, like both of them, didn't you? All of them. I think. How many are there? I don't know how many Wonderland books there are. There's just 2, right? Yeah, Framed Roger Rabbit was a good Disney movie. You're baiting me. You're deliberately baiting me, and I'll have no part of it. This place is looking real good. This place is looking really nice. Aladdin was great. How are you baiting me? You know how. They're good. You've just never had any opportunity to watch them, and that kind of completely went away once you got cable TV. Right. But especially now that you're an adult, especially now you can look at the, I don't mean to tell you your business. Anastasia was a good movie. Was a good Disney movie. Technically, it is a Disney movie now. It's not good, but it is. A good exercise is to just take like a marathon. Like you don't have to like do it all at once. And I'm not saying you have to, but my advice, if you want to see some critically acclaimed movies, Zoom. I'm sorry if you're Illinois. I don't know why that's happening. Is it your browser? Star Wars is a Disney movie now. Right, but they're not animated classics. And honestly, I think the Princess Leia is a Disney princess now. Quotes were very cute on Twitter for a few days. It's like, all right, can we be serious now? It's like, yes, I know she's technically a princess and she's technically a part of Disney, but I don't know. If on your end, it would happen in literally any other channel. I don't know what could possibly be happening to do that. Maybe it just happens at this time of night. Lisa Simpson is a Disney princess. She was not born of royalty. Can Palpatine be a Disney royalty or a Disney villain without a song and dance number? I just sometimes, and I'm not speaking as a member of the Walt Disney World Representative Company, sometimes I really wish Disney hadn't bought Star Wars. Because I'm really damn sick of Star Wars. I'm so sick of Star Wars. She's Homer's princess. Palpatine singing a villain song would be funny. What would be his motivation for a villain song? Would he sing it about Yoda? Or would he sing it about being part of the dark side? Would he be like really, oh wait, I have a, hold on. I've got an auto dirtier button. There we go. Now I'll see where all the dirt is every few seconds. Nice. I forgot I made that. You would argue The Simpsons are as much an American institution at this point as the royal family are to British. I mean, down with the monarchy. So I'm all perfectly okay, not having any more monarchs whatsoever. I live as a common man by the common law, not on the all caps name. Just spouting off all the sovereign citizen things I know. Are there any Disney communist revolutionary girls? Communists? No? I don't think so. Mulan, maybe? You were watching first run on the Tracy Ullman show. I remember hearing from somebody recently that was like, the Simpsons animators are basically running on autopilot now and just running the train as long as it will go. Republicans are in favor of a republic rather than monarchy. Why are we talking about Republicans? Republicans are bad news bears. And yeah, I'm not going to qualify that in any way. But Republicans in favor. To me, they've always been around my whole life. Same, Kitty. Been around the entirety of my known life. Woke's the good one? Are there any anti-monarchy Disney girls? Like, all of them? Well, no, that's not true at all. God. Let's think on it. Let's take a think. Snow White? No, she was definitely royalty. She wanted to live in a castle with her prince. Sleeping Beauty's out. Sleeping Beauty is out. Who else? Jasmine's kind of anti-royalist, isn't she? She's kind of like doesn't want to be a princess, but that's more she just didn't want to get married to some nerd more than not wanting to be a princess. I think she would kind of not be okay with giving up her princess status. Finn went to the doctor today. His ball surgery went just fine, and his stitches are just fine. They took the stitches out, and he is okay. He is just fine. Esmeralda is not a Disney princess. I'm pretty sure she's not. Does she have any qualifiers of being a Disney princess whatsoever? Kitty pets Mark. Kitty pets Mark all the time. Mark is very much in Kitty's office, so his big furry ass is just all up in the office all the time. You think Merida and Moana are the least princessy princesses? Moana is very much into wanting to take over the family, the family island, if you know what I mean. Moana's is just literally just a single village. Not sure how much of Scotland Merida's parents got sway over. I think it's a lot. For instance, how could there be perfectly good reason why this place has so many? I don't care what the mouse is saying. You could. Here. I'll go down so you can read what the stupid mouse is saying. I don't feel like reading him out. I don't care what the dormouse is saying. Perhaps the animals who use the doors are also of different sizes. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Shut up. I hope you get eaten. I never liked the dormouse. Dormouse is probably my least favorite of the Alice in Wonderland characters. Perhaps every Sunday all of those animals converge here for tea and conversation. This is a very big map, honestly. Well, I guess not that big. We're at 40% now. And how would you expect a walrus to use a door designed for a dormouse? You don't like any of the Alice characters, not even the cat? What about the doorknob? What about the doorknob? What was the deal with the Frozen girls? What do you mean? They were both very much princesses, and one of them became the queen. And then the other one also became the queen. And then, big Frozen 2 spoilers. And then one of them gave up becoming the queen and went off to go fuck off in the forest for a little while. And the other princess became the queen. There's a tourist trap in the middle of nowhere, Kansas, where this absolute nut built his house to be a tourist trap, and he made all the doors different sizes to confuse the ghosts and demons skulking around. That sounds like a not all together person. He sounds like they're not all with it. Oh Jesus! It's the Room of Yellow. I have it on. I have it on the auto dirt. So it's going to let me know when there's dirt on the screen, so I'll try not to have it blinding me. And by extension, I mean you. Let's get the ceiling done. That's a person who is very eccentric. Maybe crazy is not the right word. Maybe it's eccentric. Oh, I need to change that. I took away the panel below the screen. Honestly, Feelanoid, not to put a pin in it, not to put too much of a point on it, but I literally don't know what else it could be, which is amazing to me because I've looked at so much. That is so bright. I'm gonna get the ceiling done so I don't have to look at the bright ceiling. He had himself interred on display like Lenin, and to this day, you can walk in there and look at its dried out corpse. Is that right? So who's paying for this play? Like, somebody still has to like pay the taxes. I guess it's a tourist trap. I mean, didn't a lot of those tourist traps get like knocked out during COVID? No photography allowed though. Probably for the best. Probably don't need just pictures of a random corpse. The little one road town it's next to. Is that their claim to fame? Is their claim to fame this guy's crazy doors? You don't know if it survived COVID though. It seems like one of those things that a lot of that stuff did not survive 2020, which is very unfortunate. That's not a fun fact at all. I want a different fun fact. Boo that fun fact. The Olympic rings represent the 5 continents linked together in friendship. Aw, isn't that nice? That's a much better fun fact than that other terrible fun fact. We're at 50% on this map. When I first opened it up, I thought
Dog, 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 dog,
dog, dog. U.S. Postal Service processes 38 million address changes every year. That's a lot of nuts. Like, he had other shit like pyramid planters for strawberries so he wouldn't have to bend over to pick them. Well, that's cool. That's kind of neat. But the doors and the glass top coffin are what you remember best. I mean, yeah, that would stick in my mind too. The Lenin-esque glass coffin would stick in my mind. I'm gonna turn it off actually. I just remembered I could actually turn off the auto dirter. I don't need it for this wildly dirty room. I can just see the dirt. U.S. Postal Service processes 38 million address changes every year. Is that a lot? That seems like, obviously it's a lot, but I mean, is it a lot for the U.S. Postal Service? That feels kind of low, all things considered. What is going on with these doors? Why are they melting? Why are the doors melting? The doors are like melted down into the wood. Like, I understand the maybe they're trying for like a Dolly-esque sort of thing. I'm not seeing it. It kind of looks like a PS1 glitch. That's like 10% of the population changing address every year. I assume it includes things like, you know, kids going off to college. Oh, what do you have to say, Mouse? Furthermore, Alice proceeded to eat and drink our wares without the least consideration for their purpose. Oh, is that why it's so dirty? Did she get real big? Did she get real big and that's why... Did she ponder, even for the merest moment, why we might need eat me cakes to make us grow? Why are you talking to me, Mouse? Mouse, you just hired me to do a job, buddy. Or drink me potions to make us shrink. She's a child. She's literally a child. She's stupid. Those aren't related. Those aren't mutually exclusive. But Alice herself was being stupid in the things she did. Eat me, drink me was someone's fetish. I thought we weren't going to talk about Alice Carroll being a horrible monster. What did that last thing the mouse said? Hold on. For instance, no, here we go. No, she did not. She simply took one look and guzzled the lot. Do you need someone to talk to, Mouse? Because I've got a lot of people on my contacts list in this game that desperately need a friend. Like they are looking for a text pen pal. Exactly. We need to get Mouse in touch with Tifa. Tifa needs someone to tell about. Hey. Do you know that do you know that Wonderland is powered by Mako? The Queen of Hearts is actually stripping the planet. What other IPs have you power washed? I don't remember. What did we power wash? We did a little bit of Tomb Raider. We did this first map. I mean, a tiny bit. I did most of it off stream. Yeah, we did Mother Hubbard, but that's not an... Well, I guess that counts as an IP. And we did the cruise ship Sun Deck. But we haven't done Warhammer or Back to the Future or SpongeBob or a lot of Tomb Raider. I have all of the DLCs now, with the exception of the... Shrek DLC, which has not come out yet. So Kitty really wanted to do a Alice in Wonderland map, and happy life, happy wife. So we're doing Alice in Wonderland. How much Warhammer? How much Warhammer lore does Roar want to know? 0. Does that answer your question? Can you condense all Warhammer lore into 6 words? Is it, and it can't be heresy 6 times. Cadia fell before the guard did. I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna trust your judgment. I like it. So, what broad strokes? I've sort of just kind of ignored Warhammer just in general. I think we can go on to the next room, right? No, there's still some wall to do. I've sort of just kind of ignored Warhammer in general. What broad strokes is Warhammer? Is it like Lord of the Rings?
In grimdark future, Terry's only war.
In grimdark future, there's only war. Fascism first parody, then in earnest. We could do some poetry. I'm liking this. We should do more TLDRs of big IPs more often. Like, broad strokes, what exactly is so exciting? Like, what is it? Is it because it's a text-based RPG? It's like a physical game, right? You play it with your dice rolls and your initiatives and your do-wits and your do-whatsons. The tabletop war game. That was almost 6 words. We're so close to getting the wall done. Once I get the wall done, I'll move into the next room. The TLDR on why it's liked is basically everyone is evil and everyone sucks. You know all the people who love the Brotherhood of Steel entirely for the power armor? Yeah, I am aware that that trope exists. Warhammer 40k is a property that caters to those people. What is the best way to be initiated, I guess, to learn about Warhammer, to even broach Warhammer? There's one wall. Is there another? There's two walls. Like how? Let me put it this way: how did you all learn about Warhammer? There's like 1,000 YouTube videos that are intro to Warhammer. The best way is to play a psyker and get eaten by a demon on your first roll. I think he's saying something, but I don't understand. Finding Nemo.gif. Some of them are even vaguely interesting. Okay, both of these walls are good. Yes. Let's move on to the next room. Look at this room. What is going on in here? Did dirt explode in here? I want a drink. How have y'all been? It's nice to play a Powerwash sim again. I know we've been playing a questionably exciting Super Nintendo game, which we should be finishing up next stream. And then next week, I believe, we will be starting Hi-Fi Rush. The YouTube poops about how terrible the Soulstorm expansion of one of the RTS games were. Yo, YouTube poops. Good old YouTube poops. I love them. Roar, ask your bot to explain 40k to you. Your body is craving more water, but your stomach is beyond full. Don't drink more water then. Don't do that. Oh god, this channel. I'm gonna switch the channel. That channel's a little intense. Explain 40k to me, you say. Alright. Can you please explain Warhammer 40k to me? You can't see that. 40k to me, because I don't understand it. Listen, I have a bunch of Warhammer experts who are expecting perfection. Don't make me look like an asshole. Also, explain it like I'm 6. Oh god, I didn't mean V equals 56. You're supposed to push, oops. You're supposed to push V equals 5 if I want it to be really loquacious. Nobody here is a Warhammer expert. You don't know that? Anyone here who's a Warhammer expert, why did you turn it back to the damn dog channel? Anybody here who's a Warhammer expert, let me know. It makes it only is supposed to go up to V equals 5. Let me turn on the text to speech.
Sure, I'll break it down simply and make sure you sound sharp when discussing Warhammer 40k with the experts. Background. Warhammer 40,000, often called Warhammer 40k, is a tabletop game created by a company named Games Workshop. It's set in a distant future where the universe is a dark and war-torn place.
Listening.
Key concepts. 1. Setting. The game is set in the 41st millennium, way into the future, where space travel is common, and many different species and factions battle across galaxies. It's like having endless adventures in space with lots of different characters. 2. Factions. There are many groups fighting each other. Some of the main ones are the Imperium of Man. These are humans led by a character called the Emperor. They're trying to survive and keep order across the galaxy. Space Marines. Super soldiers who protect the Imperium. They wear big armor and are very strong. These are war-loving aliens who like to fight all the time. Eldar, ancient aliens with powerful psychic abilities. Chaos. These are the bad guys who love war and destruction, corrupted by dark powers. 3. Gameplay. Players collect and build small models of soldiers, tanks, and creatures. They paint these models and then use them to play games on a tabletop, like a board game, but with lots of rules for moving and fighting. 4. Strategy and dice. Players use strategy to win battles. They decide where to move their models and what attacks to make. They also use dice to add chance to the game, like rolling to see if an attack hits or misses. Why people love it? Creativity. People love Warhammer 40k because they can paint their models any way they like, choosing colors and designs. Stories. The game has a big, interesting story with lots of books and characters. It's like being part of a huge space adventure.
Huge space adventure.
Community. Playing Warhammer 40k lets people meet others who like the game, and they can share tips, play games together, and talk about the stories. Simple analogy. Imagine you and your friends have toy soldiers. You all decide to play a game where these soldiers fight to protect their home or take over new places. You roll dice to see if your soldiers win or lose against your friend's soldiers. Warhammer 40k is like that, but with rules and a big story about the future. So, when talking to your Warhammer 40k expert friends, you can share that you understand it's a strategy game set in a vast, exciting universe where many different groups are fighting to survive or conquer, all part of a huge storytelling experience.
Remember that I did tell it to explain it like I'm 6. So I'm like, I'm sure that that you know, you got to do the scientific process. It's trying to make it, you know, sound super. What's the word? It's trying to make it sound. I don't know. It's trying to make it sound good for 6-year-olds. Also, the mouse is talking to me again. What did the mouse say while I was talking about the ocean boiler? What if the small animals consumed the eat me cake and the larger animals the drink me potion until everyone was the same size? Would we reach a fair decision then? Maybe, yes, but did Alice consider that before scoffing the lot? Let's call Howlman and ask him to explain 40k. I haven't talked to Howlman in like 6 years. Howlman didn't stop talking to me. That's how you learn shit about it. Yeah, that avenue doesn't work for me. Like off the top of your head, there's the Imperium, the Orcs. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I have the, you know, what about, well, what about those? I'm gonna make it ask about those. Absolutely, you've got the right idea. Just do it. It'll be like a reflexive reaction. I don't think that's a good idea. The Necrons, the Tyranids. Okay, hold on. It's got something else to say.
Absolutely. You've got the right idea. Each of those factions adds a unique flavor and depth to the Warhammer 40k universe. Let's quickly dive a bit more into some of these groups you mentioned. 1. Dark Eldar. Drukhari. They are like the evil cousins of the Eldar. They love piracy, raiding, and causing pain, living in a hidden city called Kamara.
Well, no shit,
They're
they
all
didn't
about
mention
sneaky,
this.
fast
It's for
attacks and
6-year-olds.
capturing slaves. 2. Tau. Known for their advanced technology and range-focused warfare. The Tau believe in the greater good, working together as a society to improve life for everyone in their empire. They use big robots and have sharpshooters. These factions, along with the ones we talked about before, make Warhammer 40k a rich and diverse world. Each faction has its own style, both in how they look and how they play in the game, which makes building and playing with these models an engaging and varied experience.
Daughter wants to be a Setre, and you a Fairy? Is that what that is? I'm not sure what that is. Ask the bot if Cadia or the guard broke first. I don't know what this means. Is this some sort of damn nerd joke? It's a reference to a pivotal moment. And is this spoilers? Am I about to spoil some Warhammer? No, I don't care. For me. It's obviously not for 6-year-olds. It's for 12-year-olds who want to pretend they're 18-year-olds. Oh, did I miss the Warhammer boat? Is it too late to get into Warhammer at the ripe old age of 39 plus 1? Oh, it's finally done talking.
The phrase, "Did Cadia break before the guard did?" is a reference to a pivotal moment in the Warhammer 40k lore, particularly involving the planet Cadia and the Imperial Guard, also known as the Astra Militarum. It's not a joke, but rather a testament to the resilience and bravery of the Cadian forces and the Imperial Guard during a major conflict. The context. Cadia was a fortress world very close to a dangerous warp rift called the Eye of Terror, where the forces of chaos are strong. It was crucial in defending the galaxy from these chaos invasions. In the lore, Cadia was assaulted by the forces of chaos led by a major antagonist, Abaddon the Despoiler, during an event called the 13th Black Crusade. The phrase, "During the siege, Cadia suffered catastrophic damage, including the breaking of the planet itself due to a chaos-inflicted cataclysm." The phrase questions whether the planet's defenses, Cadia, broke before the spirit or the resolve of its defenders, the Guard. It's used to highlight the Guard's tenacity and courage.
I don't think it's going to answer the
They
question.
fought bravely even as their world was literally falling apart around them. Conclusion. In the lore, Cadia did physically break before the Guard's resolve did. The planet was destroyed, but the Cadian forces continued to fight against chaos, embodying the famous Warhammer adage, "Cadia stands," even in the face of their planet's destruction. This showcases the thematic depth of sacrifice and endurance in the Warhammer 40k universe.
Oh, it didn't answer the question if this is some damn nerd joke. Did it get the question right? Can we be something other than rats? Not tonight, no. Are you bored of the rats already? I kind of am. Literally just a reference to the entire planet breaking into pieces while the fight was ongoing. Do I need to watch a Warhammer lore video? Can you form a rat king? I don't think so. What do you want to be for the avatars? We're too samey. Yeah, I can't change it tonight. It's too much work, but I can do it tomorrow. What do you want to be? There's all sorts of options. What have we been recently that you've liked? Did you like the slime ladies? Do you want to be more anime slime ladies? What's your persona? Puppies. That's not related. At least I don't think it is. I don't know. Slime lady, you say? Didn't you see the slime ladies? We were slime ladies for like weeks, I think. Puppies. I think we could do puppies. There's probably some options for puppies. Let me do that for next time. Oh, we're almost coming up on the hour mark. It'll be time for a break, and I think we're almost finished with this area. This has been a really fun little map. I mean, I've enjoyed this. We haven't really talked about any of it, but there's not really a lot to talk about specifically with the map itself. You're dying in here. How are you guys doing? You enjoying some power washing? I keep seeing power washing at my place of employment, and I was telling Kitty about this the other day. It's like I'm watching people power wash like walls and like the white walls and making it all pretty, and I keep, like, as I'm passing by them, I keep thinking in my head, ding, ding. Oh, we didn't really talk about who's your favorite Alice in Wonderland character. Feelinoid doesn't like any of them. I think I know who Kitty's is. It's Alice, isn't it? Also, we have the patriotic channel. I sure am glad to be back in the United States of America. I love that cartoon. Who's my favorite Alice character? I like the Cheshire Cat, but it really depends. I'm not sure the Disney cartoon version of the Cheshire Cat has been. I'm not sure I like that one as much. Maybe just because the same voice actor they used for like 4 decades straight. It's like, I'm so tired of hearing your voice. It's such a lovely voice, but you're just in everything. It's like you're Winnie the Pooh, and you're all sort of stop. Let's have a new voice. I don't know. I don't mean to be picky. That said, who are the other options? Like the Dodo, Bill, the Mad Hatter, Red Queen. The Red Queen is a really good contender. Probably Alice or the Jabberwocky. The Jabberwocky. Did the Jabberwocky have any lines? I thought the Jabberwocky just went, "Roar!" And then like it blew up, didn't it? Oh, my paws and whiskers. The doorknob felinoid was the only character in the Alice in Wonderland movie that was not part of the original book. So there's your knowledge for the day. You learned something today on Rostream. Daughters is the Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts, of course, the Daughters is the Queen of Hearts. from reading Heartless like 6 times, I imagine. Not a good contender, though. Isn't that from TOS? Is it from TOS? Is that from... Oh, God. I didn't actually let the GIFs play. That's funny. I don't know who my favorite is. I like to think of, specifically when I think of Alice in Wonderland, I think of the Disney version because I am incredibly basic. So thinking of the Alice in Wonderland cartoon version, who am I thinking about? The Dodo's really fun. Mad Hatter's great. Doorknob is like the gopher in Winnie the Pooh. That's the copyright trap. If you use it, it tips off Disney's lawyers that you're... Is that true? That's really funny if it is. It's the episode where the planet manufactures whatever you're thinking about. Oh, so it's like the ending of Ghostbusters 1. But I guess it came first, so I guess it gets a pass. This is the part of the map where we get really close to the very end, and it's like, we've only got like 1% left. Kirk fantasizes about beating up an Irishman. See, that's one of those things. It's like, I don't know if you're kidding, but you're probably not. So the lady McCoy is with finds a pink princess dress, and McCoy ends up with a perfect mint julep and the white rabbit he proceeds to chase. Oh, so... No, I'm not. I was going to make a political joke. I'm not going to. I'm not going to do it. You can't make me. So, is this one of those things where they had the option of basically having anything they want in the world and they waste it on just garbage nothing? It's like when people have the option in media to have wishes, they always just get the absolute most terrible garbage wish you've ever heard of. They didn't know that was happening? Well, that's fair, I guess. Planet fixes him. So the planet's the holodeck, then. Star Trek TOS is an interesting time capsule in a very specific moment of American culture. I don't think they knew what they were doing back then. They were just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what stuck. The planet mind-read them, which conjured up whatever they thought about. So, I haven't talked about the Star Trek Captain Janeway 7 of 9 lesbian fan fiction in a long time. God. Actually, no, wait. That was in vanilla. No. I was thinking of the Star Trek thing where, remember when they have the remember when they went to that planet where they touched the little goop and there was like a fake Voyager running around and they retconned a whole bunch of Voyager? And like there was that one scene where the fake Voyager was like descending into goop. You know what I'm talking about. The goop Voyager. Oh, I hate goop. Boo goop. Anyways, what was with that? Why did they do that? Why did they retcon a whole bunch of time? Like, remember, didn't Tom Paris and what's her name, B'Elanna, didn't they get married and stuff? Like, a whole bunch of time just got retconned for absolutely no reason that I thought. Like, it was just weird. Like, what was going on with the Goop Voyager episode? Was that a fan sent in their really cool idea for a plot? It's like, yeah, we could put this into our, our terrible episode. I think it was both, wasn't it? I know that they had a fake marriage. Well, not a fake marriage, but Goop Voyager had a marriage. It's fine. Voyager retconned half their trip at the end. Well, yeah, that's a whole different can of beans. That's time travel, and that had its own moral and logistical implications. But I'm more concerned. I'm more concerned about Goop Voyager and what was up with Goop Voyager. It feels like they spent multiple episodes on following Goop Voyager, and then they just got rid of it. If you remember correctly, the Year of Hell ended with an alternate timeline, completely fine, Voyager blowing up to save the wrecked one. That was, wasn't that way before the Year of Hell? The Year of Hell? I need to stop talking lazy tonight. Wasn't that way before the Year of Hell, like with the VIII? Why didn't Voyager fly to the Gamma Quadrant and go through the Bajoran wormhole? They didn't know about it then, did they? Was Voyager? No, Voyager was after Deep Space Nine. I think, isn't Gamma Quadrant just as far? I'm sure they probably thought it through and went the quickest way. Also, I'm stuck. I know they didn't know about the Dominion War. Deep Space Nine is 507 years long. You're right. Voyager started in the middle of Deep Space Nine. Fair enough. Okay. Still, I think that... Didn't they get sent to basically the furthest possible spot where going to the Gamma Quadrant would be just... It would just be longer. Somehow. Part of the setup was all the Maquis on board. Oh, that's true. Good call. We are very close to the end of this map. What do we have left? In fact, I think we're but unfortunately, we're not that close. So I think, let me get this table and then we'll take a quick break. because it is about break time. There we go. But the chair's good. Let's get this whole section here, and then we'll go. It's just one more thing. That's the thing about these kind of games. It's like, well, let me just grab one more thing. There's just one more thing. Just one more little clean thing, because, like, it's so satisfying. At least if we get this one area, we'll have one clean little oasis right here. Perfect. All right. Let me go take a quick break. Let me refill my water, get a drink, and go pee-pee. Everyone go stretch your legs. You know, don't get blood clots, all that jazz. Be back in 3 minutes. I'm back. Sorry, I was eating a Nature Valley bar, and it was very crumbly. But I am back. Voyager started like 2 years into Deep Space Nine, same as Deep Space Nine started at the end of the TNG. Stop eating little garbage. What's wrong with Nature's Valley? They're delicious and nutritious. Ish. I don't know. Tastes good. I don't know. Yeah, they're very very crunchy. A lot of there's a lot to bite through. It's good stuff though. How much is left in this room? We're getting very close to the end on this map. I think we're reaching the part where it's like stuff underneath that we gotta get, like this. I take it you don't like the oats and grain Nature Valley bars, Feelanoid? Speaking of Speaking of literal garbage, I think I'm gonna need to stop eating Boar's Head. They are the worst granola bars out there. I mean, I'm not really a huge granola bar fan, just in general. So, I mean, maybe I'm not the proper granola bar market for just in general. I eat Boar's Head American cheese pretty consistently every morning. I make eggs with cheese. And I have been reading some reports that I don't really like to read about my favorite place that has delicious cheese. And this isn't, yeah, I'm not really a fan of what I've been reading on old Boar's Head, which makes me really sad because now I have to find a kind of cheese that's pretty good. You're eating a Cuban sandwich right now. I think that's the Publix brand though, isn't it? And it's like, you know, maybe I'll just switch to Publix brand, but you're always eating them. I mean, I eat them when they're not really my preferred snack, but you know, I am an opportunistic snacker sometimes. So I'll be real. If there was a different kind of snack, maybe I would have gotten it, but that's the one I had on hand. So why do you even have them? I mean, I don't do the shopping, so sometimes some delicious, well, air quotes delicious. Also, I like them. They taste good. I don't know why do you not like them? What is not to like? I think they taste fine. Like, what's the worst part of a Nature Valley? This is pretty loud. Let me turn this down just a tiny bit. What is the worst part of a Nature Valley granola bar? Is it because they're awfully crumbly? Are they too crumbly? Is that the problem? Is it the crunch? The delicious, satisfying crunch? You like them? Kitty likes them. Also, to answer the question, because like other people in the house eat them, is usually the answer of why they're in the house. I think everything in that direction is pretty clean. We're getting close. I think everything is in the room now? No, there's... let's get everything in the hall first. Hall lights. You. Peanut butter is good too. Peanut butter, all the brands of them I think are pretty good. I like the maple kind. Yeah, those are good. Easy grab and go. Yeah, I'm not... This is the part that sucks about this game, unfortunately, is that you get to the point where it's like, okay, I think we've pretty much gotten it all, right? It's like, nope, damn it. All right, fine. Yeah, I really love pixel hunting for whatever tiny little bit of dirt is left on the wall. Easy grab and go. Exactly. It's like, what? Why so bad? Why so mad about the delicious-ish treats? Also, I want all the Hull things. Hull melting doors is the last thing. Excellent. Everything else is inside the room. I think I know what I'm going to do next. There's a main mission, like a car that we can do. Let's grab that door. How do you guys like Hi-Fi Rush? What's your guys' opinion on it? I heard it was good, and I heard that they found a new producer to make new to make new people. Hi, Brad. It's good? Awesome. I'm going to start it next week. I'm looking forward to it. I love rhythm games. I'm a huge rhythm game fan. One of my favorite rhythm games is BPM, bullets per minute. It is fantastic, and I really should put it on the schedule at some point, maybe in November. It might be a November thing. If you haven't played BPM, that is a great game. I guess it's like Quake-ish? I don't know. I don't know how to describe different kinds of FPSs without using like the three main tropes. It's like, is it Quake-ish or Doom-ish? I don't know. Anyways, I'm looking forward to Hi-Fi Rush. That's been on the agenda for a little while. It kept getting pushed back for whatever reason. I think I was supposed to play it, and then I ended up playing Star Wars instead, and it never got rescheduled. Granola bars are fine. Nature Valley is just shreds of petrified oats. Lucified combined with random goo. Goo. As a known hater of goo, I can assure you there's no goo. There's no goo in the Nature Valley. Trust me, I am a on-the-record hater of goo and goop-related products. There's no goo. If there's goo in your Nature Valley, then you have a bad Nature Valley bar. It's honey. Honey's not goo. Honey is just sticky. I wouldn't say honey's gooey. Honey, yeah, it's oats and honey, absolutely. Goo. Not goo. But that is Nature Valley. Yeah. They're bad granola bars. I don't know. I mean, the other kind of granola bars that I end up like seeing at like the store, they end up being like, I don't want to say too healthy. You know what? You know which ones I don't like? The granola bars that are like oats and like little chocolate bit, like the Quaker oat bars. Not as huge a fan on those. They just don't taste nearly as satisfying. They're almost like they're trying to be healthy and fun too, and it's like, just shut up and be tasty, please. Like, your job is to be healthy maybe, but you know, satisfying crunch should not come from your teeth. They're not that hard. They're really not that hard. Maybe you just had really old ones. Like, if they're relatively new, they shouldn't be hard per se. We're almost done. Last thing. Ready to see us do the whole room? I don't know. They're not my favorite snack. They just, I didn't have a Pop-Tart on hand or something. I don't know. It sounded good at the time. There we go. They crumble super easy when they're fresh. Shit can make you bleed. They're not that bad. Have you had one recently? They're really not that bad. Watch this. I like how I can't see half the work I'm doing, but at least I can see. Woo! That was fun. I wish you could see like the other room. Like I want to see what the work I did in the hallway, but whatever, I guess. Okay, so that was the first Alice room. What is the next area? The next area is the White Rabbit's house, which we're not going to do tonight, because that will probably take even longer. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop over to the career. Oh, Phantom. What a good boy. God, he was... I forget how big Phantom was in comparison to old Finn. Finn was like a gnat compared to him. Yeah, he's a dead boy. He's a good boy. He's a good dead boy. Let's do... This one's in progress. Can I reset the progress? It doesn't matter. I barely started. You're such a good boy. Alright, so we're going to do this car. I doubt it's going to take too long, so if we end up doing it in like 3 seconds, maybe I'll start another map, but we'll do this car. I kind of want to get to the end of the I kind of want to get to the end of the actual maps for the story missions, because at the end of it you see this red thing that I'm using right now, this red spray. You get like a triple pronged one. Kitty, you remember that picture we had of the one that our son took of you with Finn when we first got him? Remember how little he used to be? He was so little. He was a little doggy. He's a lot bigger now. He's still tiny in comparison to like Phantom, but he's a little boy in comparison. It's kind of nice to have a small dog, because it's like you can sort of just, if they're doing something you don't want them to do, you just pick them up. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, you wanted to do that? Nope. Psych. Everyone laugh at the dog. He was just 2 pounds when you brought him home. He is. And now he's like, what, 8? But he's a lot older now, too. He is definitely... I just saw... my chat is on the left, and I just saw Phantom, the emoji, in the grass over there, and I was getting a little like, oh my god, why is Phantom out there? How did they get Phantom into the game? Why did they get Phantom into the game? And then I was like, oh wait, I'm stupid. Like, he's come back just to tell us something. And that thing is, I need to go outside to go pee-pee. That was the only thing he ever told us. Rest in peace. They definitely both had their own personalities. Also told you his head was tiny. What we're not... Why do we have body shame the dog? We gotta body shame the dog? So he had a little head. That's okay? I don't know why I got Italian there for a minute. So he got a little head. A putt-putt. Has anyone told the shopkeeper that he has a tiny, tiny head? I need to rewatch the Retsu Prey of the King's Quest VI. Or more specifically, I should just play King's Quest VI. He was a pure Aussie. He was a beautiful dog. He was a stinky dog. Remember when he got Stinky? He got a little old man Stinky dog. But, you know, he was also a dog. He was pure Aussie. Terrible, I'm not even going to read Denver Drill. Oh, the fire chief. Oh, I stand corrected. The whole of the fire station? Oh, shoot. Finn had it. It's interesting because, like, Finn doesn't have a fear of fireworks, for example. He may eventually, but compared to, like, Phantom, who was just insanely not okay with fireworks in any way, he had a lot of anal glands drained towards the end. That's true. He did have a stinky butt problem, but that's just part of being a dog. Does Finn's breeds generally have that issue? I mean, it's fine if they do. It is what it is, but I don't know if that's something as common in smaller dogs. Actually, I think it was with the Bichon Frise that my dad used to have, so probably. Typical in male dogs. Oh, that's right. Female dogs don't actually poop. Forgot. Maybe if you fired him at soldiers with a crossbow, they wouldn't have gland problems. Phantom? I don't think he'd enjoy that. Also, I think Kitty would be apoplectic with rage if anybody messed with any of her puppies. Oh, like Angelo. Oh, like Angelo. That's right. Don't I have an Angelo GIF? I think I do. I don't have any idea which channel number it is. Oh, that one. Oh, it's because Roar TV is on the TV right now. I'm good at this. Big round of applause for Roar's attention span. Holy goodness. Yeah, I didn't realize that was actually on Roar TV. That makes way more sense. 566, good to know. I'm like, where in the world is that coming from? But that makes a lot more sense now. Also, it's interesting that the later maps in this game, the dirt gets super ingrained into some of this. Like even pounding at it with the hard power washer, like the super nozzle. It takes a few seconds to get some of this crap off. But that's part of the process, I guess. I need to redo some of the schedule for next month because I think I have like 3 days of Hi-Fi Rush, followed by a Powerwash Aspertif, followed by another 3 days of Hi-Fi Rush, and that's going against my I can't talk tonight. Jesus. My self-proclaimed rule of not doing games more than twice in a row. I need to stop doing that. So I need to redo a little bit how I'm going to do this. Let's get a magic support dog. Angelo was a good dog. Final Fantasy 6, or not 6. Final Fantasy 8 was a good game. I'm not going to say it's worth another replay, but I'm not saying it's not. Part of me just wants to go in and play Triple Triad for like 12 hours, but I think that might not be the best watch. If I do play Final Fantasy VIII, I need to get the remastered version. It's a fun game, but it isn't a good game. Oh, no, it's a terrible game. It was a terrible game unless you believe in the massive Final Fantasy VIII spoilers. Dead Squall theory. 14 has triple. It's not the same. 14's a whole different atmosphere. 14's a whole different can of beans. If I played 14, I'd have to restart. Play through the main quest again. And no, I can't just not do that. That's not how I work. And I don't know if I'm mentally prepared to go through all of the dramatic rigmarole that a main story quest playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV would provide. I don't know if I'm at that point in my life where listening to a few anime cats pine at each other is really what I need. Not gonna lie, the reason you haven't played Final Fantasy XIV is you're scared you might like it. Isn't 14 free now? At least up till like the end of the main storyline. Cannot afford that kind of time commitment. Oh, I hear you. That's why I'm not touching it. It's amazing. Yeah, it's addictive. And I really don't know if I can really mentally handle an addictive time sink these days. It's like, I don't know. That's why I can't justify going back to Nexus. It's like it's or you know, terrible Korea MMO game for you know, those who are not in the know. It feels too much like a time sink. There's so many other different things, games, experiences playing it now. You get it. I wasn't gonna dox you, but same as my Discord doxes what I'm playing, so does yours. I see the Final Fantasy 14. It's free to play level 70 with 2 X packs. The Xbox is real big. Time with wife and kids. Exactly, Kitty. Unless you played Final Fantasy 14 too. Do you want to be a white mage? Because you're a girl. That's sexist. Do this, man. They can all play. I don't think they want to play. I don't think they want to play Final Fantasy 14. I don't think that's really in their wheelhouse. We don't really get jealous. We've been married since 2005. We're not really the jealous types these days. That said, anybody gets, grabby with her will be the end of days for them. But just, wild jealousy? Nah. I saw a Final Fantasy V randomizer the other day that was like, it made it like super randomized. Like you never even have to change the job level. Like every time you gain a level, it just gave you a random level in a random job. And I'm like, that looked kind of interesting. And then it took like 800 directions to use, and I stopped caring because that sounded boring to figure out. Because Final Fantasy V, not gonna lie, not very fun. I hate to be, I hate to yuck anyone's yum, but the Final Fantasy V story, it's not that fun. The most fun thing about the Final Fantasy V story was that the main character was named Butts. And that is a funny, funny name. Jesus, this thing is so dirty. Just absolutely caked in filth. I don't know if Kitty would ever be even remotely interested in playing an MMO.
Hillary Clinton broke the law, and she didn't get indicted. And she didn't get indicted.
I saw that a millisecond before it played.
The law, and she didn't get indicted. And she didn't get indicted. And she didn't.
That would have been so terrifying had I not noticed that.
They indicted me. They indicted me.
I did everything right. They indicted me.
They indicted me. They indicted me.
I just right out of the corner of my eye, I saw indicted. And then the music started playing. So it was terrifying, but only a little bit. Hillary Clinton broke the law, and she didn't get indicted. Butts. Just a funny name. It's like, come on. Come on. It was what, 1994? Come on, 1993. You really didn't think that American children or European or whatever would not find the name Butts funny. Somebody miscalculated on that one, or maybe that was the intention. Finn looked up like what the oh yeah, definitely. Indicted me is a loud one. They're all loud. Well, those ones at the end are pretty loud. I could turn them down. Do I need to turn them down? Anything volume-wise, you know the gist. Let me know if I need to change something. I mean, I can't do it right this second, but it's definitely something I have the opportunity to change.
I was just wondering if you wanted to hang out with me and smoke weed and fill our bellies with diet soda and play Burnout Revenge for the PS2.
See, that one is a perfectly fine volume. That one's just fine. The Indicted might be a bit loud. I thought you made it loud on purpose. That wasn't entirely the intent. Why did it say smoke weed? Because Twitch is surprisingly prudish about what's allowed in the channel points. Like, you can't say anything in the channel points. But then on some things, it's perfectly fine on. It's surprising of the things that it actually doesn't care about. But weed was one of them, yes. Are there ever going to be more Smiling Friends episodes? It's like, I feel like they had a lot of really good episodes, and then they just stopped making them. Did the creators go to, like, jail or something? Or are they just making more? Season 2 just finished. Was that the one with the snowman? That was the last one, right? Such a good show. You haven't seen Smiling Friends. Such a good show. What do we have? Shelf. Where is the shelf? Look for something flashing. I see a little flashing here. Not what I'm looking for, but I will still get all nice and clean. Coming up on an hour and 37. It's a little early to end, so we might start a new map, even though we probably won't finish it. I'll probably end up doing like 2 nights of Hi-Fi Rush and then either Powerwash or something else.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
The nice thing about Twitch is that they don't know what's actually in the channel alerts or what's actually in the alert itself. So I could be as vulgar as I want in the actual movie. Just you can't actually advertise it if it has any naughty words. Grandpa? Grandpa? There he is.
We can't bust heads like we used to, but we have
Sometimes
our
it just
ways.
gets stuck. It's weird.
One
Oh,
trick
you got
is
it.
to tell them stories that don't go anywhere.
Like the time I
caught
took the ferry over to Shelbyville?
I needed a new heel for my shoe.
So, I decided to go to Morganville, which is what they called Shelbyville in those days. That didn't work. That doesn't work. Nice try. Doesn't work like that. The ferry costs a nickel, and in those days, there's a queue of channel alerts that I'm not even in charge of. Give me 5 channel alerts for a quarter, you'd say.
Now, where were we? Oh, yeah.
The important thing was that I hired an onion on my belt, which was the style at the time.
They didn't have
White onions, because of the war.
The only thing you could
Where is
get
the
was
horn?
those big yellow ones.
Where's the actual horn? Where's the actual horn? And again, it didn't even play. I don't understand Twitch sometimes. There we go.
I am the storm that is approaching.
I need to change that one too. Buttspot's dead. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this if you hadn't heard before, but Buttspot is flat out dead. Where's this horn? There it is. I think I went to their channel because I was wondering why Buttspot hadn't said anything in a while, and it was like Twitch changed their API so they could only send like 200 messages a month per bot, which obviously doesn't work for Buttspot. Is the horn? Hello? Horn? Part of me is like, I want to make a butt spot, but I don't know how to do that, which is a huge problem with me wanting to do it. Door hinges are clean. Door handles. I mean, I guess I could have it randomly. I guess I could just randomly have... no. I don't know how to make it do what it used to do. Where are the door handles? Any of them flashing? No. 3 of them are done. 1 of them is not. Those are fine. This one's not fine. Bumpers, canopy lights, and headlights are the last things on this terrible car. Rip and piss, butt, honk, butt. I don't know what that's a reference to. Also, yeah, the way Twitch alerts work is it goes through the Twitch channel alert thing, and they take turns. Headlights. This headlight needs done somewhere. Again, we've hit the point where it's like, where could there possibly still be any dirt? Thank you, Jesus. Canopy hinges are where? I don't even know what a canopy hinge is, but I'm guessing the canopy is up here. Like, what is this a hinge for? Like, what does this do? Oh my god, get clean.
Felinoidsa says, the origin of the buttbots was Space Station 13, with the most infamous story involving a suffering clone being surrounded by buttbots that the roboticist had also equipped with radios so that they would fire off of every single thing said on the station.
That's actually pretty funny. Isn't Space Station 13 one of those things that like was super funny if you happen to get in like a certain group or certain situations, but 9 times out of 10 it ended up being not good? Is that something I'm remembering correctly? Where's the bumper? That's the bumper. Perfect. Let's take a look at our how we did on the job. Oh, the little wash me on the door. That was funny. I feel it's fun to watch this because you can see just how insanely inefficient we are. Phenomenal job on the car, Doc. I've tracked it down. 1922 Chatsworth Roadster, one of only 10 ever made. Shouldn't have stood on the roof then, I guess. Esther DeAth may have been odder than the number 37, but she sure traveled in style. The washdown live stream went viral, so we're hoping our new Driving Miss Pebbles series will add another 100k subscribers to our channel. Weird. Oh god, the fire station is $1,100. Let's go ahead and start the skate park. We're definitely not going to finish it. The whole station ended up having the radios drown in shit like butt, honk, butt, the honk coming from the clune, because that's all they say. That's pretty funny. Seems like our little town is growing up in the world. Muckingham's skate park has been chosen to host the next county championships. Ordinarily, I'd leave the sullen types to roll around their own filth, as is their wont, but if it's getting in the papers and on TV, we can't have people seeing all the grime and funny writing. So I want you to hit it with everything you've got. You got it, champ. This is $900. This is going to be a big job, isn't it? Okay, it sure... Okay, turning that off. I don't need to be blinded every 5 seconds, thanks. Alright, so yeah, this is going to be a huge job.
One of the round types, but I do. What the fuck?
I will leave that for later. I'll check that out after stream. What is this? Oh god. I'm gonna put this right here. Let's see, maybe we can do this section right here, like from here to here. Like maybe this? I don't know. That's a lot. I don't know if we'll be able to get all that done, but maybe. Oh god, I need to get the graffiti off.
One of the round types in Space Station 13 is Wizard, in which a powerful wizard is tasked with completing several objectives, while the crew must attempt to kill him. Wizards get access to a huge variety of spells, but can only choose 4 of them from the list at the start of the round. These are the spells they are limited to for the whole round. One such spell is Curse of the Clune, at least I think that's what it's called. The spell is generally considered a choice for advanced wizard players, since it has an extremely long cooldown, only targets one opponent, and can only be used at melee ranges, making it quite risky to use. It's still a popular spell though, as it is far and away the griefiest spell of all. The curse instantly transforms its victim into a clune, a morbidly obese, subhuman, epileptic, brain-damaged, amazingly annoying ore clown named the Clune, and wearing utterly hideous neon green clown clothing that is cursed and therefore cannot be removed. Clunes are traditionally marked for death by their non-cursed former comrades, and even when they manage to escape being murdered by an angry mob, they are so fucking terrible at everything that their very existence is torment, and they commonly wind up begging for death since their incredible incompetence can actually make it difficult for them to successfully commit suicide.
Oh god, this Roar TV
I've
channel.
played quite a few wizard rounds, but one still sticks out as my absolute favorite. The wizard went on a Clooney rampage, and that was funny as hell on its own. But the actions of one enterprising roboticist turned the round from hilarious to, oh Jesus my sides, I'm dying over here, in no time flat. This ambitious soul retrieved a murdered Clune and dragged it back to his lab. Ordinarily, this would be a reason for the Clune to rejoice, since a Clune brain can still function perfectly normally if transferred into a cyborg, granting the player a new lease on life. The roboticist did not Borg the Clune. He had other plans. Butt plans. The deceased sad clown was delivered to genetics, where the roboticist and a geneticist entered into collusion.
I miss Butt Spot.
Now 2 people were in on the butt plans. I have no idea what madness they got up to in there, but I do know that the second roboticist was put on butt duty, bringing the known number of butt plan conspirators up to at least 3.
I feel like this is the improper
it is also likely
soundtrack
that
for
a
this.
delivery man was involved so as to speed the process along, as butt duty was a full-time job. All those butts had to come from somewhere, however. They were cloning clones. The mastermind behind it all sat contentedly at his operating table and worked with astounding assembly line efficiency. Behind him was a locker with a seemingly limitless number of twitching, honking, weeping clones stuffed into it. He would grab a Clune clone, slap it onto the table, neatly slice off its butt, indifferently cut out its brain, hurl the dead body and the retarded brain down the disposal chute, while he set the butt to one side, and repeat. The man on butt duty would then grab the Clune butt and slap a robot arm onto it, creating a butt bot. A butt on wheels that served no purpose except to be a butt and say the word butt The efficiency and hard work of the butt conspiracy paid off, and before long, Medbay was entirely crammed with butt bots, to the point where the entire area was rendered non-functional and impassable due to the surging ocean of little wheeled cyber butts happily beeping butt in a tiny chorus. But crowding was not the issue. Butt bots do one thing aside from simply say butt now and again. When a butt bot hears someone speak, it has a chance to repeat what was said, with butt substituted in place of random words. This became an issue.
This is what became Butt's bot?
Med Bay and was aghast at its sorry state. "What the fuck is going on here?" he shouted. The butt bots chirped in a gleeful, deafening chorus. "What the butt is butt on here? Butt the fuck butt going on butt? What butt is going butt here?" And so on and so forth in a disorienting wave of auditory butt. This infuriated the captain further, but his hollering and order-giving only further excited the butt bots, making it totally impossible for anyone nearby to hear what was said, or get any idea of what the fuck was going on amidst the titanic cacophony of butt. The captain flew into a rage and decided to destroy all the butt bots, but he forgot that they leave smears of poo when destroyed. It was not long before he slipped head over heels and wound up prone and stunned in a puddle of human excrement, cursing relentlessly while the legion of butt bots around him babbled back page upon page upon page of buttified imitation. Seeing this, some jokester took a radio, turned on its microphone so that it would publicly broadcast anything it picked up, and tossed it into the room. Well, shit. Now nobody could hear anything. Every radio on the station became a hellish noise cannon, blasting out an incomprehensible wall of recursive butt, laced with garbled cursing and butt-riddled mockeries of the crew's anguished cries for silence. At some point, a bunch of butt bots came within hearing distance of the Clune clone closet. This is significant because Clunes will randomly and uncontrollably burst into fits of screamed honking. There were dozens of Clunes in that thing, and their eerie wails of honk, honk,
I don't know how
honk,
this game
honk,
works,
honk,
but I
soon
like the
became a
image in my
honk,
head
honk,
regardless.
Honk, butt, blared forth from uncountable butt-bot speakers, received by the radio and broadcast throughout the station, magnifying itself until it was quite literally impossible to divine the slightest scrap of understanding from the game's text box, as it was choked by dozens of pages of recursive butt spam per second. The captain was helpless to stop it. The roboticists were churning out butt bots faster than he could destroy them, leaving him effectively stranded in the middle of the deafening, butt-packed hell that had once been Medbay.
I like butt-packed hell.
I don't even know what the fuck happened to that wizard. And I don't care. He was not the true villain of that round. The roboticists were.
This recording has been brought to you by my kind supporters over on Patreon.
Okay. It's... What kind of style game is the Space Station? It's not a text-based RPG, right? It's a... almost like FTL-style graphics, if I recall. Like, I remember there was like a Let's Play of it once upon a time on something awful. I thought you put poo on specific, on purpose. I was gonna let it slide. Also, this bench is only at less than half done. I bet you it's I bet you I gotta get the underside too. No, it's just horribly gross. Like, the whole underside needs done too. Damn it, it does. That's okay. That's part of the thing, I guess. So yeah, we're definitely not going to get the whole thing done. Not even remotely close. But maybe I'll get this general-ish area. Like, I'd like to get this wall done. We're very close on the wall. Like, this wall only has a little bit. This is such a nice, relaxing game. I like that they've, like, gamified all of the most awful sounding jobs and make them look really fun and make people want to do them. And maybe that was the plan all along, to get people to really want to power wash stuff. So they'll always have a steady supply of power washers. Same with like driving trucks. They gotta have truck drivers. It's always gotta be truck drivers. Train sim, you gotta have people to drive the trains. Makes you think. That the more cynical side of you says, oh, they're just making sure, you know, society still keeps running based on the entertainment, but "10 out of 10 don't play it. Among other things, the server can handle at most 5 people before collapsing." That doesn't seem optimal. It feels like the same sort of thing as playing back when DayZ and all those servers were popular. Like, if you found a super active sort of war group, a super fun side group, engine it runs on is older than us. Really? Older than 84? You know what I was thinking about randomly the other day? There was a an Ender's game. It was a big plot point that Ender and his, Ender's brother and sister ended up going on what was basically like the Usenet forums back then and doing political debates and being so good at debating on the internet that Ender's brother ended up becoming like the president. And it's like, that's not even remotely close to how the internet ended up working. And it's like, wow, you got that one way wrong. Like, if you're really good at debating, you might, be respected among a sweaty group of internet nerds, sure, but you're not going to be elected president. Because of how, although that said, if you ended up being a super celebrity because of how good at politics you are, I guess it's not the weirdest thing in the world. And we've had dumber people as presidents. There's even an XKCD. I think I know which one you're thinking of, Coyote. It's like, isn't it like Ender and Peter and the sister do a few threads that get like 2 replies? Like the realistic version of how Ender's Game should have gone. And it's like, that's 100% correct. They would have done like 8 threads in Usenet, gotten like 4 replies, mostly from pedophiles. Built in 96. Oh, that's like... Or 12, Illinois. That's like, it's still... I was 12 years old in 96. If Kitty was awake, this would be just like, oh, I was 12 plus... I was whatever you said plus 6. It's like, yes, baby. Yes, you were. I don't remember the alt text. I don't usually get the alt text, because usually when I see
Dear Peter Wagon, this letter is to inform you that you have received enough upvotes on your Reddit comments to become president of the world. Please be at the UN tomorrow at 8 o'clock sharp.
Yep. I think it would be hilarious if that's how the internet did work and how reality did work, and if actually it would be awful, because we'd end up with people like Cat Turd and Andrew Tate as president of the world, people who get really popular on the internet should not necessarily become president and hegemon of the entire society. By the way, guys, internet has not gone down. As far as I can tell, not a single time has the internet gone down. I've made some changes, and I'm going to try to remember to reset the modem every night, but no downtimes, and that makes me happy. I am knocking on wood. I am calling to the fates because I want to make sure this is done right, and if it's going to be touchy, I want it done right. We've been here for like 20 minutes, and I've done 12% of this map. This map is huge. And it's probably going to take like the entire next stream to do it. Thank God it's Friday. Or it's going to be Friday. It's a shame that Orson Scott Card is such a horrendous bigot, because the Ender's Games books, or at least the first few, were pretty good. They ended up getting really, really stupid near the end. Like, I think he built, like, at the end of the Ender's Game quartet, he ended up writing himself into the weirdest wall. Or, excuse me, the weirdest corner. You know, I don't want to spoil the Ender's Game series, but they ended up doing some literary crap that couldn't be explained beyond a garbage hand wave. And then he ended up making another few books after that with the hand wave intact. It's like, you're not even going to attempt? You're not even going to try to explain it? This is the dumbest thing in the world. What's wrong with you? But he didn't listen to me. I didn't send him anything because, as previously mentioned, I don't talk to horrible bigots, but still a shame when people you, like, honestly enjoy and respect end up ruining that respect. You love the planet of incredibly racist, ableist, OCD, Asian strategist caricatures. Yeah, none of it really aged all that well. Honestly, probably just should have stopped with the first book. I think Speaker for the Dead wasn't terrible, but he kept writing himself into some weird extra story. Like, every book he wrote after Ender's Game and after Speaker for the Dead ended up getting weirder and weirder. Not necessarily the creepy, gross kind of weird that the current day lexicon is going for, but still just bizarre. Just why did you go that route? You gotta like double hit these walls because they want us to get the graffiti too. I need to cough 1 second. We'll get to 15%. Actually, I forget which one was Shadow Puppets. Was that one of the Bean series? You know, the more I'm thinking about these old books, the more I'm like, maybe I need to revisit my opinions on these old books. For example, I just re-listened to a Piers Anthony book from the, well, I didn't just listen to it, it was a few weeks ago, but it was the Incarnations of Immortality series. It's really offensive. Like, wildly offensive. In sexist ways, in racist ways, and it's like, how did I miss this the first time I listened to this book? Like, it was only like 10 years ago, but it is really bad. Which, again, is a shame, because for a while I really enjoyed the Xanth series. But that's another series that it's like, okay, I don't want to throw the word pedophile out there without proof. But if a major part of your stories involve panties, and a major amount of your main characters are children, I might be throwing out the word. I'm just saying, which is about the politics after Ender leaves and Peter becomes president of the world. I know they basically, and all of Ender's friends become their home country. Like, wasn't like Petra, like, you know, she was from Albania. So here's everything we know about Albania. She knew Albanian or something. Like, it was just a little forced. Solution to stop a world war from breaking out is sending all the genius kids with all the... Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot they sent all the kids out, like separated all the kids to never see each other again. I need to revisit my opinions on the Ender's Game series. There's a lot that I'm remembering as a lot less okay than I remember them being. I don't remember that. Wait. I don't remember that part. That part I don't remember. Maybe I'm not due for an Ender's Game re-listen. The problem is the Ender's Game audiobooks are voiced by Stefan Rodnicki, who is a fantastic audiobook narrator. That said, he does a lot of other books too. See, that is becoming, that's an issue because one of Orson Scott Card's other series, the Alvin Maker series, is wildly racist towards Native Americans. Among other races, I'm pretty sure. I think it's just straight up, like, you know, racist in multiple ways. And it's like, dude, why did you write these books? What are you doing? Who'd you write this for? Apparently me, because I read them all back then. But I've had a lot of time to reflect. And some books, like I said, the first book of the Xanth, or the Incarnations of Immortality, I listened to it and I finished it and I was kind of grossed out. I'm like, I don't like this. This makes me feel gross listening to your depictions of women and races and all sorts of stuff, which sucks because I remember the series being kind of a fun series otherwise. I don't know. I was a lot younger the first time I listened to it. There's all sorts of things that change over time, and I guess that's just one of them. The 1-2 punch of the end of the Cold War and 9/11 just broke conservative writers' brains. They turned to American jingoism. I imagine there's probably a bit of you can't even do X anymore because of woke in a lot of the old-timey conservative minds. I don't even want to know what Tom Clancy thinks. I was never a huge fan of Tom Clancy. Tom Clancy always seemed enormously up his own ass about war books and drama, and I think I listened to like one or two of them, and I don't know, didn't care for him. Same with John Clancy. Not John Clancy, John Grisham in court books. I just couldn't do it anymore. There's so many better authors out there. This bench is almost clean. You know who I noticed has gotten I've mentioned before the Cat Detective book series that I listened to on and off. That writer has gotten life has gotten woke over time. But I think, to be fair, she was like 85 when she wrote that. And And I think if anybody is able to think things have gotten a little stranger than they were when they were a child, I think somebody who's 85 is, that's fair. It's not as long as you're not saying things are bad, it's okay to say things are different than when you were younger. Clancy's dead, but in the next decade, or the last decade, he went increasingly and obviously fascist. Well, that sucks. I know a lot of people really liked John Clancy. He had a bookend with not James Bond became president, and then the next book begins with all the Congress dying in a plane crash. So you can choose a new... Oh, he did a Ben Garrison style sort of thing. Okay, that is clean. Can we... Anything here? I need to get to the top of that, I need the ladders set up, and I don't feel like doing that. Let's grab these last few things. I'd like to at least clear the majority of this area. Clear all this graffiti off. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I didn't think graffiti came off this easily, even with the power washer. I thought there was some heavy scrubbing you had to do with graffiti, like hard sprayed on graffiti. Maybe I'm wrong. I have been known to be wrong before. It's rare, but because like if all you had to do to get rid of this much paint with a with a power washer, I feel like there'd be a lot less graffiti. Everybody just buys a power washer and then it's all done in less than an hour. I tend to think it's probably a little harder to do in reality. And this is why they're paying us $900, because the graffiti is a bit intense. And it takes a little extra time to actually clean it off. And unfortunately, it's everywhere. So I'm like, oof. I feel like they should have gotten somebody out here earlier than this. Kitty Purry is an angel. That's true. That's true, Willow. When you're right, you're right. She probably is asleep by now. She's got to work tomorrow. And that is understandable. Fortunately, though, she gets a 3-day weekend. She's got Memorial Day is on Monday. I do not get a 3-day weekend, but her and the kids do, so good for them. Must be nice. Is this part of the wall? Nice. So if I get all this crap... Is this part of it? Oh, damn it. If I'm able to jump to get that, will that work? Works pretty well. When I hire my power washers, I want them to flail wildly to get all of the garbage. That's not safe. We're almost there, Wall. Come on, I got faith. We put another unsafe place equipment. Come on. You can do this. Perfect. I'd like to actually jump on it. Thank you. I was kind of hoping that would be the entirety of the wall, but that was. How much is left of this? Is this all a bunch more graffiti? I think. Let me grab this last section of floor. That's 20% right there. That's a pretty good start, and as much crap as I was giving this escape course, getting 20% done in like 20 minutes, not bad. It's a shame a lot of that had to be from really hard to get to graffiti, but here we are. We're not even at the skate park portion yet. Also, is this a part of the floor I can get? Ooh, let me get this floor here. Come on. You were very close on this floor. If we can get that, I think I'd be pretty much happy. Is it underneath here? That's what I'm talking about. $40 for that? Excellent. All right. I think that wall can wait. I think that is a good stopping point. I think I will call that right there and go to sleep. That was fun. Let's do that again sometime. Maybe not tomorrow night, because tomorrow night I won't be streaming. We will play this again. Why are you so loud? You shut up. We will play this again probably in a week or so. Soul Blazer next time, and then we're doing Hi-Fi Rush next week. But right now, it's sleep time. I'm going to bed. Have a fantastic evening. I will see you later. Bye-bye. Mwah.
Okay, Chief, take him away. I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.